Morning from the kitchen, folks. Tonight in this film I'm going to be making one of my favourite loaves of bread right now, and that is a lemon and chilli loaf. And I'm going to be doing so in my bread maker. Let's have a look at those key ingredients. So here they are. Well, it's bread, so I need flour. I've got 500 grams of strong white bread flour. Well, it's lemon and chilli. I've got one lemon and I'm using the whole lemon, skin included. And I'm going to be using, let's have a look at these. These are medium ones. I'm probably going to use, let's go for 3 chillies. 3 chillies in this one. Now, I've got an optional ingredient, but this is just for the dramatic effect. I've got some Spanish food colouring, this colorante alimentario, which Carmencita, which is often used in rice. You know, like when they do paella and they want to make it a bit yellow, but they don't have saffron. Stick a little bit of that in. But I'm just doing it for the drama. It's not necessary, just for the drama. Okay, right, anyway, moving on. I've got sea salt. I'm using violet sea salt. I'm using olive oil. I always use olive oil in bread, never use butter. I've got 300 ml of warm water. I've got my fast action bread yeast, and I'll be putting a couple of teaspoonfuls of sugar in there, and it's all going to be going into here and then into the bread maker. It's a nice and straightforward recipe. Let's crack on. Right, first up, my lemon, and that is getting chopped straight down the middle just there. 2 nice halves, and then I'm going to juice that lemon on here, and as I juice that, all the pips and the nasty stuff will stay on top and the lemon juice will go underneath. So I'm just going to give this a squeeze around. So that's one half done. Let's get the other on. I should expect to extract 50 ml of juice, or near enough 50 ml from a lemon. And looking at that, I would say that's on about 45 ml, so not too bad at all. So that juice, which is in here, is now going in here. I'm going to put on top of that juice my warm water. So I've now got a nice lemony flavoured water. Right, what I'm going to do with the lemon now is I'm going to go down the skin and I'm going to take off the outer layer of yellow zestiness. I don't want too much thick pith, but I do want all of that skin, because believe you me, this is good stuff for flavour. Right, that's my lemon skin just there. I'm just going to leave that in a little pile. Let's get into these chillies. Let's have one red one, a nice fat green one, and let's have another green one. 2 greens and 1 red, okay? I'm just going to remove the top bit, which is no good, and keep the bottom bit. These are bird's eye chilies, and they say medium, but sometimes they can blow your socks off. But in bread, they're not too spicy. They just work out nicely, actually. Then using my second knife of the day, this is a Mezzaluna knife. I'm just going to go down these and break them down into smaller pieces, like so. This is particularly good for just rolling and chopping and cutting. Really nice, easy action. Great invention. So you'll note that I've kept all the seeds in this. It's absolutely fine like that. You're not really going to notice any pieces of this in the bread. It does get pretty much smashed, but it adds so much flavour. And then all of this lemon skin and chilli is going to go into my bread pan too. So this is my warm water with the lemon juice and the lemon skin and the chillies. I'm now going to add to that some sugar. So I'm going to get 2 of these, 1 and 2, and that represents probably 3 teaspoonfuls of sugar, which is more than you'd normally use. But because of this organic matter that's gone in there, it's going to need a bit more help with the yeast. So the yeast will find the sugar, it will smash it apart and ferment, and it will have a little feed on that organic stuff in there. Now normally out of this packet I would use half of one of these in a loaf of bread, but I'm going to use 2/3 of one of these. So this is 2 of them, and I'm going to use 2/3 of this half. Okay, I can feel that that's about right, so I'm just going to give that a little agitation like so. Now you can already see after a few seconds that the yeast is starting to activate. What it's going to do is it's going to form a foamy head on top of this called a krausen. That's going to take about 15 to 20 minutes, so I shall come back to you then to continue the recipe. So see you shortly. 25 minutes later, and that is what you call a foamy krausen building on top as fermentation is beginning. You can even see little bubbles appearing as the yeast is doing its thing. This is good. So I'm now going to add the rest of the ingredients. So the first ingredient to go in is my 500 grams of plain white bread flour, or strong white bread flour I should say. Notice that I'm turning the tin as I pour to try and get an even distribution on top of the liquid which is underneath it. I want to use the flour as an initial barrier. I'm going to make a well in that flour, and I'm going to fill that well with olive oil. So I'm not counting how much olive oil is in here, but I'm guessing there's probably somewhere between 50 and 70 ml. And that will do. I always imagine it like an egg. There's your yolk and there's your white. Now I've got my sea salt. Now I want the flour to be a barrier between the salt and the yeast, which is in the liquid underneath, because salt is a yeast inhibitor. It stops it growing too big, but I don't want it to stop it from developing in the first place. I'm sort of aiming for a teaspoonful of that stuff in there. Purple sea salt. Finally, the controversial ingredient. This is literally just food colouring, Spanish food colouring, bought in a supermarket in Malaga. I'm just going to put a sprinkling on top. Now it looks orange, but it will come out yellow if you don't put too much in, and that's enough. Like I said before, the colouring is simply for the drama. Right, let's get this into my bread maker. And there it goes, locked and loaded. Close the lid. So it's a Panasonic SD2500. I've had this for years, literally years. I'm going to put this on a size large, not an XL. And I'm going to use menu number 1, and I am just going to leave it straight as it is. I'm not going to add any extra time on this one. I'm just going to put it on as it is and go. Now sometimes I do put extra time so it has a longer proof, but I know that the citric acid in the lemon really works well with this, and it will really bump it up. I don't want it to be too huge, so I'm just quite happy to stick to the straight 4 hours. So it's now 10 to 7 in the evening. I'll see you at 10 to 11. Right, 7 minutes left, and it smells absolutely gorgeous. Oh, can't wait. Right, moment of truth. Has it risen? Yo! Golden dome. Look at that absolute beauty. Right, let's get this gorgeous looking thing out of here. Oh yes. Look at that. So that, dear friends, is what you call a lemon and chilli loaf, and blooming heck, it's absolutely cracking. Right, I need to leave it overnight. I want it to cool down. I'm going to have some tomorrow morning for breakfast. But wow. Just checking. Is that 9 inches? 23 centimetres nearly? Bigger than mine, that. So yes, folks, I am more than happy with what I've got here. So I'm going to cover this up and leave it overnight. As such, And I'll come back to you tomorrow morning for the opening and tasting. And I can't wait. See you then, folks. Morning, folks. It's the next day, and now I am going to be cutting and tasting my lemon and chilli loaf. And isn't it a good looking beast? Right. It's got a nice crispy outside. It feels really light, actually. That is a lovely soft crumb. Very delicate, very nice. Just give you a close-up of the heel that I've just cut off. And that is so... texture, it's just gorgeous, actually. Can't think of the right word for it, but it's just lovely. In terms of smell, you can absolutely smell the lemon. And obviously the drama, the colour, that's come from the colourant, not the lemon, unfortunately. Oh, wow. Such a massive lemon hit. That would work well with sweet and savoury. It's really gorgeous. Absolutely spot on. I don't even feel like I need to butter it. It is gorgeous. So folks, it were a simple recipe. Have a go yourself. Honestly, you won't regret it. As for the chilies, you've just got a nice warming tingle. It's not hot, it's not spicy, but it registers its warmth, and it's an after warmth as well. It's really good. This is my favourite loaf at the minute, this one. And I'm going to keep going back and making it again. So folks, it was a really simple recipe. Have a go for yourself. Lemon and chilli loaf. It's a cracker. Catch you on the next film, whatever that may be. Golden Dome.